Welcome to the Long Island Sound. I'm your host, Steve Yusko, and today we're diving deep into the sweet yet surprisingly sharp world of the pop music's biggest stars, Sabrina Carpenter. By the way, if you like what we're doing here, please hit the like and subscribe icons and let me know your impressions in the comments section. It goes a long way to spreading the word about the Long Island Sound. You know, Sabrina Carpenter's rise to global dominance has been swift and fueled by catchy hits like Espresso and Please, Please, Please. But behind the sugary exterior lies a story of calculated transformation, intense public scrutiny, and some genuinely surprising controversies. For the next 10 minutes, we're going to be peeling back the layers on how a Disney star grew up and how her career has been propelled in part by the scandals she navigated and sometimes created. Carpenter was born in Quakerstown, Pennsylvania in 1999, and her journey started early, posting cover songs of artists like Adele and Christina Aguilera on YouTube, even leading to her father building her a home recording studio. Oh, what a kid's dream. She quickly jumped into acting, making her small screen debut at just 11 years old in the 2011 episode of NBC's Law and Order. In that role, she played a young victim of abuse in a scene opposite Detective Elliot Stabler. But her true breakthrough, the role that cemented her as a teen icon, came in late 2013 when she was cast as Maya Hart in Disney Channel's Girl Meets World, a reboot of the Boy Meets World series. This period saw her sign a 5-album deal with the Disney-owned Hollywood Records. She released 4 albums under this label, but the sources indicate this early musical phase had limited success and ultimately plateauing compared to her later work. Carpenter herself felt separated from these pre-Email I Can Send albums, noting they reflected a facet of herself she didn't feel was authentic at the time. The pivotal change arrived in 2021 when Carpenter signed with Island Records. This move marked a significant shift towards greater autonomy, allowing to transform this past child star into a mature sound and persona. Her 5th album, Emails I Can't Send, in 2022, was instrumental in the redirection. Praised for its radical honesty, deep vulnerability, and exploration of anxiety, self-reflection, and heartbreak. Many of the songs were drawn directly from emails she had written to herself, but kept private. This album provided the first major taste. The album single, Skin, released in early 2021, directly addressed the infamous driver's license drama. While the specifics of that event aren't detailed here, I'm sure you can find it online, it was described as a headline-grabbing controversy that introduced her to audiences who might not have even heard of her before. However, the real controversy that shocked the establishment came with this music video for the multi-platinum single, Feather. The video, released in October 2023, depicted violent imagery as was filmed, if you can believe this, inside the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary Catholic Church in Brooklyn, New York. The filming sparked intense backlash. In fact, I know this bishop. The Bishop of Brooklyn, Robert Brennan, was appalled, and the local pastor was subsequently relieved of his duties. Hey, I'm going to have more about that story and my connection or disconnection to the Catholic Church in another video, so stay tuned for that. In fact, if you comment in the comment section, Catholic, I'll send it to you so you can get a firsthand view. You know, it's so funny. The diocese, maybe not so funny, needed to hold a mass of reparation to restore the church's sanctity. I guess Bishop Brennan didn't get the do-re-mi from Sabrina Carpenter's team that he really wanted. It's just one man's opinion, knowing everything that's happened in this controversy. Carpenter publicly responded to the controversy, offering a quick-witted defense by noting, Jesus was a carpenter. Fallout extended far beyond the church walls. The church that's a little bit familiar with scandal. The subsequent investigation into the priest who granted permission for the shoot uncovered more evidence that reportedly led to the indictment of New York City Mayor Eric Adams, who was later pardoned by, the orange guy. Go figure, right? Then early this year in 2025, Carpenter courted controversy once again for the cover art for her 7th studio album, Man's Best Friend. The cover, which depicts Carpenter on her hands and knees with an out-of-frame man grabbing her hair while she paws his leg, immediately split fans and critics. Some found the imagery degrading to women, while others interpreted it as a provocative and satirical. Hey, I guess shock is the way to market these days. Despite, or perhaps because of these headline-grabbing moments, Carpenter has soared to unbelievable superstar status. The year 2024 saw the release of the undeniable hit Espresso, her first single to enter the top 10 of Billboard's Hot 100 chart. This track helped define the sound of the summer. She followed this success with Please, 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 which became her first U.S. Hot 100 #1 single. Her 6th album, Short and Sweet, in 2024, debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. Carpenter's recent success has translated into major industry recognition. At the 67th Annual Grammy Awards in 2025, she won Best Pop Vocal Album for Short and Sweet and Best Pop Solo Performance for Espresso. Her latest album, Man's Best Friend, also debuted atop the Billboard 200, securing her 6th Grammy nomination for the 2026. Hey, you got to check out my review of what's happening in the controversies historically behind the Grammys. Look for that on the Long Island Sound YouTube channel. Her latest album, Man's Best Friend, also debuted atop the Billboard 200 and secured her 6 Grammy nominations for 2026, including nominations for Album of the Year, Record of the Year, and Song of the Year for the single Man-Child. Now, maybe that's a reference to the Bishop. I don't know. We also cannot ignore the tremendous platform provided by her extensive role as the opening act for Taylor Swift on the Mammoth Eras Tour. This provided exposure to massive crowds and helped solidify her global reach. Sabrina Carpenter's narrative is really fascinating. It started out in a structured, clean world of Disney and then moved through self-discovery in the album Emails I Can't Send, and now embracing a provocative and sexually suggestive edge that has delivered massive commercial success, including a viral moment from her improvised tour Outros for Nonsense. The question we have to ask is, how essential is calculated controversy to the rise of a modern pop star? The highly publicized debate around Man's Best Friend's cover, the high stakes in the church scandal, and the early drama surrounding Skin. These events kept her name in the headlines long after the music dropped. Is shock the thing to get headlines and to make money? Yeah, maybe. And let's talk about how figures like the mayor of New York, Mayor Adams, got involved inadvertently, and it magnified her celebrity. Well, that's all for now. Hey, check out the bonus video where I do an even deeper dive into Sabrina Carpenter. Till next time, hey, be generous with your joy, keep your spirits high, and let the music take you on a journey. I'm Steve Yusko for the Long Island Sound. Be well, everyone.